विश्व की आज की स्थिति हमें सिखाती है कि इसका मार्ग एक ही है, आत्मनिर्भर भारत।
Hi everybody, welcome to Qurius. India, with its two hostile neighbors, continue to face both conventional and non-conventional threats. These threats cover the whole range of conflict on land, at sea, in the air, and in space and out of space. It is very important to have a strong defense architecture to stop all these kinds of threats. In an economy, all sectors contribute to the overall growth of its economy. The defense sector is very important because it gives the country the strength it needs to protect itself from both inside and outside threats. India's defense sector has gone through a lot of changes because the government wants to improve the country's defense by making it less reliant on the imports. The government has put in place a number of plans and measures to help the sector grow, which have led to a steady flow of capital and investment opportunities. The Indian government has implemented various measures to attract investment in the defense sector, including simplifying the procurement procedures, offering government funding for up to 70% of the development cost, and allowing up to 74% of the foreign direct investment through the automatic route. A new category of capital procurement by Indian, indigenously designed, developed and manufactured has been introduced in the Defence Procurement Procedure 2016 to promote indigenous design and development of defence equipment. The reform has helped in creating domestic design capabilities in the defence sector. The objective of the Defence Procurement Procedure 2016 was to acquire goods and services that met an organization's needs at the lowest possible cost. However, this was transformed and the objective of the Defence Acquisition Procedure 2020 is to acquire ownership or the control of the defence assets or defence companies to achieve strategic objectives. These reforms have addressed their long pending demand and attempted to bring transparency, fair competition and level playing field for the Indian private industries. Department of Defence Production has notified 46 items under the latest public procurement. The procurement of such items shall be done from the local suppliers only, irrespective of the purchase value. This reform provides preference to local suppliers in the procurement, thus giving a boost to Make in India. One such example is that with the procurement plan worth $8.7 billion, the country has decided to purchase all its weapons from local manufacturers. The investments have been incentivized through higher multipliers for transfer of technology and critical technologies. The new offset policy is expected to encourage investments for transfer of technologies and critical technologies to Indian industry in the defense sector. As a part of atmanirbharbharat package, Ministry of Defence has notified a positive list of 101 items for which there would be a ban on the import. These lists include some high technology weapons like artillery guns, assault rifles, corvettes, sonar systems, transport aircrafts, light combat helicopters, radars and many other items to give a boost to local defense industries. This would offer a great opportunity to Indian defense industries, including private sector, to manufacture these items, including their own design and development capabilities to meet the requirements of the armed forces in the coming years. With the intent to strengthen the defense industry of the country, the Ministry of Defence announced the establishment and development of defense industrial corridors in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, with the aim of ensuring wide connectivity among the various defense industrial units of India. This decision of the Ministry of Defence will not only result in self-reliance in defense, but will also further nourish the idea of Atmanirbharbharat. The decision of setting up defense industrial corridors in these states come with a high-end goal of attracting domestic and foreign investments with bare minimum utilization of resource from foreign industries and acts as a catalyst for indigenous production of defense and aerospace-related items by MSMEs. The Uttar Pradesh Defence Corridor has been set up for connectivity in 6 city nodes, whereas for Tamil Nadu it is 5 city nodes. With Tamil Nadu's excellent port facilities, international airports and atomic power plant, the launch of Defence Industrial Corridor will further create new aerospace defense production and certification facilities. This project is taken up with the sight of rationalizing defense regulatory regime with the easy reimbursement policies and subsidies. Defense products list requiring industrial license has been rationalized, and manufacturing of most parts or components now does not require industrial license. Easing of licensing procedure has provided companies with better opportunities to get finance from institutions. Increase in the validity of industrial license has provided sufficient time and space for the companies to operate and manufacture without hindrance. The Government of India converted 41 ordnance factories under the Ordnance Factory Board into 7 Defence Public Sector Undertakings, dissolving the Ordnance Factory Board in October 2021. The resultant entities have swiftly bagged substantial contracts, reshaping India's defence landscape. The Indian government has transferred over Rs 65,000 crore worth orders to these 7 Defence Public Sector Undertakings. MSMEs currently work as Tier 2, Tier 3 and Tier 4 suppliers for private original equipment manufacturers, defense public sector undertakings and overseas markets. The push for local dependence in the present procurement programs gives MSME a ready opportunity to take advantage of the immediate component and subsystems needed to facilitate indigenous manufacture. As of now, India has 194 defense startups building innovative tech solutions. India, which has one of the largest militaries in the world, had also become one of the biggest importers of defense equipments. The Indian government has made numerous efforts to indigenize the defense industry. India's massive growth in defense exports can be largely attributed to Make in India movement, also known as atmanirbharbharat. The government has set a target of 1.75 lakh rupees for defense production by 2025. This includes export worth rupees 35,000 crore. Additionally, its defense exports are expected to reach $2.1 billion in the current financial year. Recently, India secured an export order worth $155 million for 155 mm artillery guns. The Indonesian Navy is set to receive their 40 mm guns from India. India is also finalizing a BrahMos deal with Indonesia on top of the previous deal with $375 million signed last year. With the world seeking arms from India, it is clear that India's defense industry is on a steady path towards growth and success. The defense industry needs cyber security for modernizing India's armed force and reducing dependency on external source and to encourage Make in India activities. Digitization and cyber security have a relationship of their own which affects the security of the defense sector in India. During the pandemic, instances of cyber attacks accelerated extensively and the attack surface too expanded much more than before. In May 2021, India set up its Defense Cyber Agency, the National Technological Research Organization, the Research and Analysis Wing, and the National Security Council, which have often been targets of cyber attacks, are now protected by defense cyber agencies. An effective and ever-evolving cyber warfare strategy is imperative for India to continue developing its strategic capabilities. India is planning to spend a whopping 2.71 lakh crore rupees on defense equipment in the financial year 2023. What's even more impressive is that 99% of this equipment will be sourced from Indian industries. This move is definitely going to raise some eyebrows, especially among the countries like US and Russia, who have been supplying India with the defense equipments for years. But it looks like India's defense imports are shrinking year on year, all thanks to the emergence of Indian defense industry. It's exciting to see India taking such a huge step towards self-reliance in the defense sector. India's focus on indigenous defense equipment is not just a step towards self-reliance, but also a statement to the world that it has the capability and expertise to manufacture top-quality weapons. India's defense sector is poised for a significant boom with a range of factors coming together to create a supportive environment for growth. With the push towards indigenous goods and government schemes to boost investment and simplify procurement procedures, Indian companies are well positioned to capitalize on the increasing demand for defense products and services. As the industry continues to expand, we can expect to see even more innovation and growth in this important sector. If you have enjoyed this video and found the information valuable, don't forget to give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious. Thank you.